All right? I've had it. I'm freaking irate. And this channel was just gonna be for soft criticism of horror movies and all that kind of stuff. And nope. I'm jumping into the political divide because I saw something that made me so mad the other day. So what's happening? Jane Doe here, reporting, not live, recorded from Australia, and all the goings on with the political parties. Woo! So, the referendum is happening for the voice. The case for voting yes, case for voting no. All right, a proposed law to alter the Constitution to recognize the First Peoples of Australia by establishing an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice. You might be thinking, what the heck does that mean? None of us know. No one knows. Because they failed to outline it properly. What power will they have? Who knows? All right? And if you are voting no to the voice, people are being deemed as racist. I would argue it's actually racist to have a separate voice for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Because you know what? Aboriginal people are in Parliament. Jacinta Price is in Parliament of Aboriginal descent. Okay? Most of us are of Aboriginal descent. I am of Aboriginal descent. Okay? Far up the line. They're smart enough to be in Parliament. They're as capable as everybody else. We are all Australians. Why are we having a voice? Now, if you listen to Jacinta Price, the same people are going to get ignored. The same people are going to be heard. Nothing is going to be resolved as per usual. So why waste taxpayers' money creating ad campaigns, going to all this trouble to have a referendum? Anyway, regardless of whether you are for yes or no, the thing is, what really scares me is how close we are to, I don't know, communist Russia? Communist China? Because if you have seen any of the ad campaigns being flung out there by the Australian Electoral Commission, who claims to be impartial and not for one party or the other, but the fact of the matter is they are funded by the federal government. Who's in power at the moment? Labor. Who wants to vote yes for the voice? Who's pushing the voice? So we're pushing these ad campaigns. I sat in the cinema the other day and watched this ad, which I'll put here.
We all answer questions every day for all kinds of reasons. Soon your answer will help make an important decision for Australia. A referendum will be held this year on whether to alter the Constitution to recognise the First Peoples of Australia by establishing an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice. So, when you vote in the referendum, your answer matters. Learn more at aec.gov.au. Authorised by the Electoral Commissioner, Canberra.
That uses emotive visuals, to say the least. To say the least. I sat there and I thought, if I wasn't better, educated, I would be swayed. I would be swayed to vote yes. Because it seems like the right thing to do. That's how they're painting this. If you don't think for yourself, you're going to be swayed. And, as Australians, we want to believe there's some impartiality going on. There's a commission, an electoral commission. There's someone that's authorizing these ads that has looked at it and gone, yeah, this isn't biased. Like, it's fine. We're just informing the public how to vote, when the referendum is going to be, when an election will be. No. The Australian Electoral Commission is funded by the federal government, and this is all taxpayers' money. So, I'm here to tell you, if you start receiving ads, because the referendum is coming up on the 14th of October, by the way, please don't be swayed by the beautiful, glistening seaside landscape, the coastal landscape, and then the beautiful vision of the Australian outback and all the people in the ads of every color and nationality, because there's no impartiality. And I've looked through the Constitution. There's nothing that says they need to be impartial, that the commission needs to be impartial. I was so stunned by the ad that they pulled. I actually called the Australian Electoral Commission. And I just wanted to check, do I have your consent to record this call on my end for my purposes? I'm not an organization. I'm just a person. I just want to ask questions. I'm just an individual representing myself. You know what they said? They don't have any sway over what ads are authorized or not. Does that surprise me? No. Does it surprise me further that they then transferred me to ACMA, board that oversees Australian media, which is also federally funded? No, it doesn't surprise me. The fact that the AEC claimed that they have no authority of what's being put out there. These ads are saying that they directly come from the AEC. Where's the, people put their trust in the government or commissions that say that they are impartial. Please don't. Yes, I said there's really nothing in the Constitution that says the Australian Electoral Commission has to be impartial. Like, it's just there. However, there is the referendum, in brackets, Machinery Provisions Act 1984, Part 10, Section 122, that states that it is an offense to publish anything during the referendum period that is likely to mislead or deceive an elector in relation to the casting of a vote at the referendum. So, I think the AAC is in breach of that one. Oh. But you call them, you talk to anybody, they go, it doesn't really apply. Oh, yes it does. Yes it does. The AAC, Tom Rogers, who has been the Australian Electoral Commissioner since 2014, so a while. So he says on the AAC YouTube page that their only role is to inform the public of where information is coming from and who authorized it. That it's not to determine the truth of political advertising. That's straight from Tom Rogers, the Australian Electoral Commissioner. In the ads they put out, nowhere does it say where the ads are coming from or who it's coming from. We know it's Labor. We know it's the federal government in power now as Labor. But no, they don't inform. They are in breach of said offense, misleading voters through the use of emotive language, emotive visuals. They're not doing their job. And as I found out, there's no one to complain to. The further and further you go, the further and further more you get shut down. I don't know where to go from here. I could contact my local member for Parliament, for Labour. Is it going to achieve anything? No. It's just going to make me really mad. Please look at everything from every angle. From the far left, from the far right. We've got Sky News over here. Okay, equivalent to Fox News in the US. We've got ABC News. Pretty woke. And then you can look down the middle formulate your own opinion. Actually listen to people that sound like they have a lick of sense.
That division has now seen the No campaign branded as being base racism and sheer stupidity, when in fact, what would be racist is segmenting our nation into us and them. And you have to say, it would also be stupidity to divide a nation when it has been growing ever more cohesive. To split it along fractures of race rather than try to bring it closer together. Our most marginalised deserve better than this. They deserve the truth. We've been told by the Indigenous Minister for Indigenous Australians that Indigenous people do not get a say on policies or the decisions being made on our behalf. I am one of 11 Indigenous voices currently in Parliament, and I will not accept the lie, the rationalisation of many Indigenous voices of the Yes campaign who suggest our democratically elected voices are redundant because we belong to political parties. The patronising suggestion that we cannot focus our efforts on improving the lives of marginalised Aboriginal and Torres Strait Australians because we are simultaneously responsible for constituents of all backgrounds is unambiguously wrong and should be rejected resolutely.
So the point of this video that I'm trying to get across is, Australia, you're being lied to. It's mostly all propaganda. Keep yourself informed, because the Australian government sure as hell isn't going to keep you informed. All right? And on ya, Australian Electoral Commission, keep up the shitty work. My goodness. How similar we are to our neighbors, China, and good old Putin is a little scary. Keep yourself informed.